Hi, I'm Ian Hull, and welcome to 2 Minutes with Hull and Hull. Today I want to continue my discussion on the important topic of the rights of common law spouses, and that is on death particularly. I deal with estates work, and so I don't have family law expertise, but I do deal with these issues in common law relationships on death many times. What happens basically, as I said in my last podcast, is a common law spouse has to fight for their worth in the estate, so to speak. If you plan to leave your common law spouse with something less than what you think is going to be fair and reasonable, you can expect that your common law spouse will have to make a claim against the estate and will have to sue the estate. You can imagine some of the difficulties that arise just with litigation generally, but with a claim of this nature. Essentially, the common law spouse may have to sue the executors. That executor may be one of the common law spouses. Of course, the common law spouse would have to resign and someone else would take their place to defend this claim against the estate. But there is tremendous uncertainty and tremendous costs that come with a claim made by a surviving common law spouse against the assets of the estate. And in my view, it should be avoided at all costs, or otherwise you are going to walk yourself into, after you die, you're not going to walk yourself into, but your executors are going to walk themselves into a contentious piece of litigation. An easy way to resolve this, of course, is to have a discussion before death and to plan your estate in a way that accommodates both the needs of both partners. In whatever relationship, the idea that you need to make sure that your surviving spouse has enough money to live on is not something that should be surprising to you. Too often the issue is just simply ignored and an old will surfaces, or nothing is really done from a planning standpoint. And it ensues and involves litigation ensues, and at the end of the day, no one wins except, of course, the lawyers and the parties that succeed in the ultimate litigation. And in my view, common law spouse litigation, there is no success because the common law spouse of any duration, of substantial duration, is going to get something. And why leave it to the courts to quantify that? Why not get it organized and planned in advance with good, careful discussions amongst your partner and yourself to avoid the uncertainty? Because there are no statutory protections like a family law protections in Canada for common law spouses. So if you're in that kind of relationship, heads up and get organized. That's my view. And thank you so much for joining me for 2 Minutes with Hull and Hull.